You wake up bloated, heavy, you sit on the toilet and wait, and nothing moves the way it should. That sluggish, incomplete feeling follows you into your morning. What if one tiny seed eaten properly each day could change that? Chia seeds absorb up to 12 times their weight in water, forming a gel that may transform how waste moves through your digestive tract. But eaten dry or poorly prepared, these same seeds can make everything worse. The difference comes down to one overlooked step. Long before modern supermarkets marketed this seed as a health trend, Mesoamerican societies recognized its value. The Aztec and Maya cultivated Salvia hispanica as a staple, essential to their daily survival. The Nahuatl word chian translates directly to oily, describing the rich fats packed inside each tiny seed. Historical records like the mid-16th century Florentine Codex and the 1541 Codex Mendoza show that the Aztec Empire demanded over 4,000 tons of these seeds annually as tribute. This crop was harvested, processed, and traded as a primary source of economic and physical strength, anchoring its place in ancient daily life. This small seed held its ground alongside maize, beans, and amaranth as a daily necessity. Its value lay in pure practicality. It was highly energy-dense, shelf-stable, and incredibly versatile. Families ground the seeds into flour, mixed them into warm maize gruels, or stirred them into refreshing, honey-sweetened water. While popular modern stories claim a single spoonful could sustain an Aztec warrior for an entire day, historical records do not actually contain this specific measurement. That legendary stamina reflects a highly respected cultural reputation rather than documented clinical proof. Yet these ancient communities understood something fundamental. They saw how the seeds reacted when mixed with liquid, creating portable, hydrating foods. This simple act of combining seed and water is where the physical transformation begins. Those ancient Mesoamericans didn't have terms like soluble fiber, mucilage, or gastrointestinal transit. They had no concept of the gut microbiota, but they had eyes. They watched dry seeds hit water and swell, turning thin liquids into thick, heavy drinks. Today, we use modern science to explain these physical shifts. We call that sticky outer layer mucilage, a type of soluble fiber that acts like a sponge when it meets water. When we talk about movement through the digestive tract, we call it gastrointestinal transit. The community of microbes living inside us is the gut microbiota. Science helps us label these physical reactions, separating the visible change in your glass from the real question of what happens inside your body. What actually remains of that thick gel after you swallow it? To understand that, we have to look closely at what happens the exact second these seeds touch water. Within minutes, a physical transformation occurs right in your glass. The outer layer of the dry seed swells, releasing a slippery, translucent coating called mucilage. This is food science in action, not a magic trick. This gel is made of soluble fiber, highly complex carbohydrate chains that act like microscopic magnets for moisture. In fact, a single seed can bind up to 12 times its own weight in water, locking it into a thick, protective matrix. But the seed isn't just a sponge. Beneath that hydrated, gel-forming outer coating lies the seed's core, which is packed with insoluble fiber. While the soluble gel dissolves and holds onto liquid, this insoluble core remains tough and intact. It cannot be broken down by your digestive enzymes. This means you have two entirely different forces working together: a highly slippery, water-rich gel and a solid physical bulk. Under normal kitchen conditions, this gel holds about 10 to 12 times the seed's weight in water. The ratio of seed to liquid is highly sensitive. If the mixture is too concentrated, the seeds compete for moisture and the gel cannot fully develop. Once swallowed, this hydrated matrix travels through the digestive tract as a single, cohesive unit. In the stomach and upper intestine, the thick gel slows down digestion, keeping food moving at a steady, controlled pace. But the matrix does not simply dump its water immediately. Instead, this structure locks in moisture, carrying it deep into the lower digestive tract. By the time it reaches the colon, the fiber becomes the main driver of bowel health, keeping the stool soft and bulky. This is not a drug-like chemical stimulation that forces the intestines to contract. It is a physical shift, altering the actual texture of the intestinal contents so they can move naturally. This physical change shifts the focus from how often you go to how easily the process happens. Inside the colon, the soluble fiber acts like a microscopic net, keeping water locked inside the waste so it cannot dry out or harden. Meanwhile, the insoluble fiber provides solid physical bulk. When your intestinal walls detect this larger, moist mass, they trigger a natural mechanical reflex. This physical stretch initiates peristalsis, the coordinated, wave-like muscular movements that naturally propel waste forward. Rather than chemically irritating your system the way stimulant laxatives do, this dual fiber action relies entirely on physical mechanics. It creates a stool that is large enough to signal the muscles to move, yet soft enough to pass without the painful straining. But this mechanical process depends completely on daily hydration. Without a steady supply of water, the gel can dry out, halting the very movement you are trying to encourage. This mechanical process takes time. It does not act like an immediate alarm clock for your bowels. Dietary fiber supports a natural, steady rhythm over days and weeks, rather than commanding your system to empty at a precise hour. To achieve this consistent transit, adults generally need 25 to 30 grams of total fiber every day. While a single tablespoon of hydrated chia provides a helpful portion of this target, it works best alongside other fiber-rich foods. Combining these seeds with morning oats, legumes, apples, and leafy greens builds the diverse digestive support your gut needs. Expecting instant overnight changes usually leads to frustration. Instead, focus on gradual, cumulative progress. Over time, this collective dietary pattern can lead to softer, much easier, and more regular movements, transforming your morning routine. Watching chia seeds swell in a glass is a fascinating physical demonstration, but a thick gel in a kitchen does not automatically translate to a guaranteed bowel movement. While the physics of water absorption are clear, the clinical science is far more cautious. In fact, most human trials on chia have studied heart health and fullness, not constipation. The few studies that do exist often feature mixed results or combined ingredients. One clinical trial showing relief in irritable bowel syndrome used a powder that mixed chia with pea protein and plant extracts, making it impossible to isolate the seed's individual impact. When people talk about cleaning the gut, it is easy to picture a physical scrubbing of toxins or accumulated waste. But the human digestive system does not work like a household pipe. There are no accumulated toxins for seeds to scrape away. Instead, cleaning simply means supporting the body's natural, daily process of elimination. Rather than treating chia as a miracle laxative, the evidence suggests a more modest reality. A properly hydrated serving is simply a practical tool to help meet your daily fiber goals. To turn these principles into a practical morning habit, you have to treat the preparation as a food routine rather than a concentrated experiment. If you are new to this, do not start with a massive dose hoping to force immediate results. Instead, begin with a modest quantity to let your system adjust. Start with just 1 teaspoon of chia seeds. Let them soak completely and only increase this amount to a single tablespoon over several days if your digestive system tolerates the change well. For a single tablespoon of seeds, a good practical reference is about 200 to 250 milliliters of liquid. This ensures there is plenty of water available for the seeds to expand fully without stealing moisture from your gut. Simply stir the seeds into your water, juice, or warm oatmeal, and then wait. You want to let them sit until the mixture has noticeably thickened and every single seed is surrounded by a clear, slippery halo of gel. Eating them before this physical transformation is complete means they will finish swelling inside you, which can cause the very discomfort you are trying to avoid. Let the food do its work in the glass first, with no expectation of an instant clock-watching miracle. This simple, patient step of thorough soaking is what transforms a dry, potentially irritating seed into a soft, highly hydrating food that your body can easily process. Once your chia is fully hydrated, the easiest way to maintain this routine is by weaving it directly into your daily breakfast. You can stir the gel into warm oatmeal, fold it into yogurt, or blend it into a morning smoothie. The goal is to make this a consistent part of your morning meal, rather than a concentrated emergency shot. As you adopt this habit, remember to drink water throughout the rest of the day. A single morning glass cannot compensate for low fluid intake. Give your system time to adapt, especially if your current diet is low in fiber. Instead of watching the clock for an immediate response, observe how you feel over several weeks, tracking your overall comfort, bloating, and ease of passage. While this tiny seed holds remarkable potential, rushing into the habit can quickly backfire. Adding too much fiber too fast often triggers gas, bloating, or even worse, constipation. If you swallow dry chia seeds with too little water, they can expand in your throat, causing dangerous blockages. For anyone dealing with swallowing difficulties, strictures, severe gastroparesis, or active inflammatory bowel disease, even a well-hydrated seed presents risks that water alone cannot solve. If you take blood thinners or blood sugar medications, always discuss major dietary adjustments with your doctor first. Listen to your body. More is not automatically better. If you experience worsening pain, vomiting, or blood in your stool, stop using dietary remedies and seek immediate medical care. When used safely, properly soaked, paired with plenty of water and introduced gradually, this ancient seed can be a simple, daily way to support your natural rhythm. Will you try this morning chia ritual? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to God's Natural Pharmacy for more traditional health wisdom. Ultimately, supporting your gut isn't about finding a sudden miracle cure. It is about returning to a steady, patient rhythm that aligns with your body's natural design. In a world obsessed with quick fixes, the simplest traditional habits often hold the deepest wisdom. True digestive health remains a daily practice of patience, hydration, and consistency.